What's going on, honorable weed hopper? I've got the, I went ahead and put these boards, measured them out, got the widths of them, and found the very center and put the center of them both up. And I've already taken a pencil and went all around, I've got a message, went all around the old fretboard, drawed it out onto the new one here. So today we're going to cut this baby out. We've got to cut it off right there. And he wants us to stick one fret past the sound hole. So I'm not going to cut that yet. Well, I might. I don't know yet. One fret would be 1, 2, 3. Probably the third slot up is where we'll cut. But we'll see. So anyways, I guess we can take these off now. Let's see if I can see my marks. See my little marks. You're probably not going to be able to see them, but they're on there. Yeah, I can see them okay. Or I will be able to with glasses. So, let's cut this puppy out. Here we go. So what I got to do, what I was going to say is I need to get down and measure the thickness of the binding, okay, and then I will lay a straight edge along here and mark this off, and I'll cut the thickness of the binding off of both sides, and that will allow the binding to go on there, and then it'll be flush with the guitar neck. Shouldn't feel any transition at all when you go, you know, from the guitar neck across the binding to the fretboard. So there we are, folks. Looks mighty fine. Boy, that is some pretty wood. Wow. It's a shame to cover it up, but that's what I'm paid to do. Cheers. I'll see you in a few. Q-Ball's here with us. Now, folks, as I've already told you before, if I had the tools some of these guys have got, I think I could impress you. But I don't have, so, you know, I got to make do with what I do have. Here's what we got rigged up today. A belt sander and a vise with a tie strap, whatever you call those, to hold the trigger. So let's do it. I just want to smooth the edges down on this a little bit. Works like a charm. Look how slick that is. Okay, I'm going to take it down and size it up with the binding. And I already measured the thickness of the binding is 60 thousandths. So I got to draw, I had to allow for 60 thousandths on each side for the binding. That's what I'm doing now, getting it ready for that. So let me go check it out with the binding now. I'll bring you back momentarily. So I am going to go ahead and use this saw to rip this third slot up here. I cut the other end off up here with this saw and it was okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use it on this one too. 1, 2, 3. That's where he wants it cut. I had my fan blow the dust away. I forgot about that. Now I can see the line that way, the slot. 1, 2, 3. Works like a charm. Now I'll just hit that with the sander a little bit, and we're going to have a fretboard. Man, it's nice and smooth and slick. I'm not that smooth and slick. I want the binding to have something to stick to, but there you go. So far, so good. Hold on. It's been a long day, folks, and it's hot, and I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but the binding I'm going to put on here is 60 thousandths thick. So I allowed for 60 thousandths on each side of this fretboard, and hopefully the transition from the back of the neck across the binding, you won't be able to feel anything at all. Hopefully that's what I'm shooting for. Blow these fret slots out. Cheers. I'll see you in the other factory. Well, here's an old luthier trick I thought I would share with you. A lot of y'all probably already know this. Maybe some of you might not. So I'm going to share it with you. The ones that don't know it, it's very handy to know. It's a very old trick. Most luthiers know it. I am not a luthier, so you know, don't accuse me of that. But it's an old luthier's trick that I was shown many years ago, and I see it on YouTube videos a lot. This old fretboard is a 16-inch radius. Is what this old fretboard is, okay? I got a 16 radius block here. And the trick is to take tape, just take painter's tape or whatever, stick it to your block with the sticky side of the tape toward the block, stick it to the block, and then take your sandpaper and stick sticky side of the tape to the back of the sandpaper, okay? Now you got that covered with painter's tape and your block covered with painter's tape, alright? Then take some thin or medium viscosity CA glue and just dump that, you know, onto the block. You got your sandpaper, you put the painter's tape side down, leaving the sandpaper side up like so, you know, because that's when you're going to be sanding with. So you put your CA glue here, put your tape side down, sandpaper side out, and let that set a few minutes. Hit it with accelerator if you want, and then you're set. You can sand your radius into your fretboard. When you're finished, then you can very easily just peel that sandpaper off. The tape, you know, if it gets messed up, so be it. It's just tape. But usually the tape doesn't even mess up. The tape will stay on your block and stay on the sandpaper. This is a piece I used on another project. It's just sandpaper, and you can see that the painter's tape is still stuck to it. So the trick works really well, man. I've used this for many years, and like I say, this old board was a 16 radius. I'm in fact going to do that trick right here on the table. I'm going to stick a few strips of this tape and a few strips on the back, and then just put a little bit of thin CA glue on it. Lay this board down here, give it a few minutes, and it'll stick. And it'll stick just enough till I can sand the radius into this board. So hold on, I'll bring you back when we get set up for that. Now see here, all I've done was stick the painter's tape to the bench here. Stuck painter's tape on the back of the fretboard, okay? And all I'm going to do now is take thin CA glue. Very old trick, and I'm just going to drop some of that CA glue on here. And I'm going to set the fingerboard, if I can drop it in there, right in that. And there we go. Now when that sets up, it's already setting up good. See what I mean? Already setting up very good. When it sets up, I'll take the block that I did this very same thing to, and we'll start sanding radius into this board. These lead marks, pencil marks, will assure me that I'm sanding the whole board evenly. That should be okay. So I'm going to let that set up for a few more minutes before I do it, because I don't have any accelerator. I can't find it. Hold on. Of course, when my sanding block, yeah, I can tell here when the entire block is hitting the board, and I'll know then my work is complete. Then we gotta stain it. Stain her black, make it look like ebony as much as possible. I'll probably use, I don't hardly ever use steel wool for anything, but I'll show you something that works pretty nice. When you're staining boards like this, you can use steel wool to, you can make it look an awful lot like ebony. See how that's only hitting the sides. When it's hitting the entire block, I'll know then that we have 16-inch radius. And we have 16-inch radius. Smooth as a baby's boutoir. Say I'll clean out those slots before we even fret the thing. Now here's what I was talking about. See that? I don't want to get any of that glue on me if it's still wet. Check that out, man. All I got to do now, the tape will come off of this fretboard as easy as it came off of that, and it should be dry enough now. I hope. I'm going to take a chance and try it. Oldest luthier trick in the book, baby, and it works like a wet dream. or any kind of dream. Check that out. Now we have 16-inch radius in that puppy. And you can see there where I had the super glue, it didn't hurt it at all. So ain't gonna be long now, folks. I guess the next step will be dyeing this thing. I don't know how long this video's becoming, but I know it's sure been quite a day here in real time. That's perfect. See, I've got, that should measure out to be 60 thousandths on both sides. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Okay, sorry about that. Should have 60 thousandths of clearance on both sides, and the binding I have is 60 thousandths thick. So yeah, I may have to do a little sanding on the sides to make it the transition unfeelable. But looking good, baby. Hold on. Welcome to West Virginia. Oh, you. Well, say goodbye, folks, to this beautiful, beautiful piece of wood that I'm just about to fucking ruin. That's what he wants, though, so that's what he's gonna get. And I don't care if I get it all over the bench. It's perfectly okay if it gets all over the bench. That's what the bench is for. Paint with the grain. I thought it was better to paint across the grain with this, but I'm going to paint with the grain to make it saturate it better, if you will. May even have to give it a couple coats. I'm sure I'll have to give it 2 coats at least. I got on one glove in case anything goes wrong. I can have, you know, a little bit of control anyway. Beautiful wood grain. African zebra wood. That's what they call it. And I'm putting this on pretty heavy too, because I'm probably going to soak it up, you know, quite a lot. So I'm going to lay it on there pretty thick, as I usually do. Black stain. Let's go ahead and stain the sides too. The binding's going to have this covered up, but I don't know. I'll probably get enough off of here to do the sides. Yeah. I'd just like to take the time here, so we got a few minutes, take a few minutes and thank you guys for your support. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you so much to all of you who support this channel. Whether you support it by money, or, you know, just you being here is support. Sorry folks about that. Yeah, man, just your presence here coming to my channel, that is support, and I appreciate it. If you want to click the support button too, that's alright too. And thanks to the ones that have did that. It is very, very much appreciated. I need a lot of tools, as you can see, or have saw. A lot of tools I am going to have to invest in for jobs I have coming up. I just, you know, you can never have too many tools. I won't bore you to death with so many coats of this stuff, but like I say, it's going to get another coat. At least one more. At least. This stuff you want to be very gentle with. You do not want to spill that or get that on your skin. You get it on your skin, you might as well get used to it because it's not going anywhere for a long time. So I won't bore you completely to death with this. Where's that? Oh, there it is. Part of my brush fell out. A hair. Anyways, you see how it goes. I'll let that dry and I will come back here and put another coat on it. Like I say, I don't want to bore you to death with it, so we just let that dry. I don't think it's going to take very long. And yeah, man, I'm going to have a black fretboard. I'll show you the trick with steel wool once that dries and we come back. Cheers to you. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching.